Only 12 kilometers from the city of Florence in the Chianti Classico region is a 15th century villa that offers gourmet dining, spa therapies, simple luxuries, and an illustrious history. Yanez went in search of the stories behind the 600-year-old walls.
A stone's throw away from Florence in Tuscany lies Villa Mangiacane, derived from the word great dog. Hence those two beauties guarding the gates to paradise.
It's not often that a hotel can serve homemade pasta drizzled in olive oil with fruity, peppery notes from their own estate, or chilled wine harvested a stone's throw from the elegant porticos.
Wow, what a setting.
I'd say we're in the heart of a working wine and olive oil estate. Right in front of you, you see about 6,000 olive trees. We produce our own beautiful wine. And where we're actually located at this point is in the heart of the villa. The frescoes that you see are 15th and 16th century, and the facade is said to have been designed by Michelangelo.
The Renaissance genius may have been instrumental in the architecture, but the interior design has origins closer to home. This intriguing mix of antiquity and art is the work of a Southern African, present owner Glenn Cohen. He respects history, but has introduced something new and exciting.
This looks more like a grand private home than a hotel.
Well, Glenn actually originally purchased the property as his home, so it's definitely retained the feeling of a home.
And who was commissioned to do the interiors?
Well, funnily enough, a Cape Town-based decorator, Ralph Kral, who's done a fantastic job of combining sort of the beautiful Italian fabrics that you typically expect to find in Italy, the original frescoes, and then he's added a twist to it with the eclectic pieces that you see spotted around this room. Glenn has always been a big patron of the arts, and it's truly reflected in the villa's interiors.
Sweet is hardly an adequate description for this opulent room. It's 150 square meters in size with 7-meter-high ceilings.
After having seen the rest of the villa, this room really screams Ralph Kral.
I think the royal suite is Ralph Kral in a nutshell, starting with a solid silver bed that took 2 years to be made in India, mixed with the Moroccan print that you see above you, the plasma TV, and the ancient wooden floor. It's really his eclectic mix and the way he wonderfully combines the old Italian with New World style.
The marble and onyx bathroom has a walk-in shower and its own steam room. Your butler will see to your private dining needs. If you can be coaxed from the luxury of your suite, the pools conjure up a feeling of the Roman heritage. The villa grounds combine fresh air with an art gallery experience. Bronzes by Isaac Kahn and intriguing Shona sculptures are the hotel's permanent residence. Now I wonder what Michelangelo would have made of the modern style.
The owner of Villa Mangiacane is an avid art lover, and all over the garden he's got these beautiful pieces of Shona art that create a little piece of Africa right here in Tuscany.
Glenn didn't just buy a dilapidated ruin to restore. With this purchase 8 years ago, he bought a slice of antiquity.
What's the history behind the villa?
It is an interesting history. It was designed by Michelangelo, originally for the Mangiacane family. He was the first architect involved. Then later there was an architect called Vasari, who was a very famous Florentine architect. And his plans are still in the Uffizi today. Machiavelli wrote the book, The Prince, at the hamlet right behind us over there. The second family that owned it was the Mazzei family. There was a third noble family, then the chap that I bought it from, and I'm the fifth owner.
This is not a small farm with quite a diverse terrain.
Yeah, it's over 300 hectares, and it comprises of vineyards, olive groves, forest. We got a lot of forest. And also we have some other land that we use normally for sunflowers.
Not being a wine farmer in South Africa, have you had to learn quite a lot?
The whilst wine's always been my passion. Since I've purchased the property and been involved in the production of wine, I've learned a lot and continue to do so every day.
Once he'd felt the rich Tuscan soil in his hands, the passion to restore one of Italy's jewels took over.
Glenn, this place is really beautiful, but why Tuscany?
I fell in love with it. It's a magnificent area. The whole region is beautiful.
Nadia, what have been your experiences of Villa Mangiacane?
I love this place. I think it's amazing to live in such a magnificent historical place. You feel like you create a history, you're part of the history.
There's no getting away from the Tuscan ambiance, but when you spy a little African pangolin at the poolside, you know the villa's attractions aren't all Italian. Architecture, olive groves and vineyards, there's just so much a man can take in.
I feel like a Roman general coming home from war, totally relaxed and chilled. I just don't understand why my entourage isn't feeding me grapes and fanning me down. Anyway, good afternoon.
Yanez could lie here for hours, but there are many other distractions. From the air, the perfect symmetry of the estate offers a new perspective on Glyn's grand passion.
The best way to see Villa Mangiacane is from the sky, and what better way than to have the owner fly you around himself?
For the Machiavelli family of the 15th century, a trip to the city of Florence meant a few hours by carriage. By air, it's a minute or so away. The streets of Florence are filled with charming boutiques that sell everything from antiques to jewellery and rich brocades in Renaissance designs. Michelangelo's newly restored David is here. The Villa Mangiacane Art Foundation was one of the major contributors to his restoration, and no trip to Florence is complete without an artistic pilgrimage to the Galleria dell'Accademia. For the winners of Top Billing's 15th birthday competition, in proud association with SABC3, it was stylish travel all the way. From their British Airways Club World flatbed seats to the Villa's hospitality, courtesy of Tourism Corporation Africa.
You won this fantastic trip to Tuscany almost a month ago. What were you expecting?
Well, it's really great being here and seeing Italy in another light.
It's all true, which is saying fairy tales. Everything about Tuscany, Italy is all true.
Eating here is not just about the best homegrown seasonal produce, including the estate's wine, but the relaxed atmosphere at the dinner table. At certain times of the year, food lovers are invited to master a few delicious recipes with the villa's executive chef. But on this night, no one lifted a spoon unless it was to taste the next dish.
If you get the chance to visit Tuscany, Villa Mangiacane is a truly authentic experience. Where else in the world do you get the chance to live in a villa designed by Michelangelo? Cheers.
Some things don't change in 600 years. The irresistible appeal of luxury, fine wine, good food, and stimulating company. Tuscany is filled with treasures, including a ripe golden moon rising to the occasion.